Zoom speaks again.
That's right.
Record locally, yes. Thank you.
I have recorded locally. I am currently recording locally. I was in the middle of a rant, speaking too quickly, I'm sure.
You were
Thank
talking
you all
about
for,
how bad it was going to be in all the projects.
That's right. Thank you all for doing this. The pace for this is that every pitch is strictly to 5 minutes time. And when I say strictly, what I mean is that I will literally kick you out of this room at 5 minutes, which means that if you're mid-sentence, if you haven't put up your, fancy hero image, if you're bad luck, there you go. Kathleen has her timer all ready to go. You're still getting kicked out. It has been hugely inspirational to all of us. I will turn on my camera. It has been hugely inspirational to all of us that you guys have done this. I cannot wait to hear more about all of the amazing projects that you have done. While the pitches are going on, we are going to try our best to find the person who is pitching and their project and put it in the main channel. If we are successful at doing that, then go into the main channel of the Slack and put just every single emoji underneath their post so that they can see just how much love they're getting for their great project. You guys are all incredible. Kathleen, you're coming up in 1 minute. I am going to count you down in a couple of seconds. I'm getting out my clock so that I can measure. You have your screen ready to go.
Deep
You
breaths.
are, actually, that's a good point. Yeah, you're sharing. You've got video.
Can you guys hear me?
We can indeed.
Yeah, we can hear you great. Okay, off you go. 3, 2, 1, bam.
Hi guys, so the name of my project is called Community Meal Planning, and the the problem that we're trying to tackle is food insecurity. Before coronavirus, roughly 13% of Americans were food insecure, and that includes 11 million children. But the average in Cleveland is about 16% of adults are food insecure and 20% of children are food insecure. And after coronavirus, last week, roughly 10 million Americans filed for unemployment. So that means a lot more families do not have a stable income and thus have other problems to worry about in addition to food insecurity, such as unemployment, lack of financial resources, health issues, affordable housing, utilities, and bills. And all of these problems together compound on each other and lead to increased stress and deteriorating conditions. So our solution is that, so this organization has been delivering meals for roughly 3 weeks so far, and we've delivered over 200 meals. And the point of my project, our project, is to create a platform that can consolidate all our information so we can contact donors, volunteers, and consumers, or what we call people who need the help, where they can sign up for meal deliveries or if they need grocery assistance. And we also try to tackle food waste because roughly up to 40% of food in grocery stores and restaurants is thrown away because it doesn't fit that perfect produce image that consumers want when they go to the grocery stores. So if we take this food and we cook it into a meal and then we deliver it, then we're saving food and we're also delivering meals to people in need. Also included in deliveries are pamphlets with information on tenant rights and an Ohio unemployment benefits that people can opt in to get because the people that we're helping might not have a regular access to the internet or information, and they might not know about this stuff. We're also to promote sustainability. We're setting up a community garden in Medina, and we're also working with the Case Western Reserve University Farm. So the X factor or secret sauce to our project is that we're eager students looking to help the community, and a lot of us still live on campus or near campus, so we live close together, and it's easy to plan and organize and pick up the food, cook the food, and deliver the food. And we're a local organization. We're not like, right now we're obviously not across the US. We're right in Cleveland, so we're able to access the greater Cleveland area. We don't have to go through all the red tape that maybe the entire country organizations have to go through. We can just drive directly to people who need help and just deliver the meals there. And it also helps that we're young and healthy and less at risk to coronavirus. So we can help the at-risk population, like immunocompromised people or elderly people with their grocery shopping, meal delivery, so they don't have to leave their homes. So the impact is that we would be able to reduce some stress for families in need. Obviously, we're not solving all their problems, but we just want to help in whatever ways that we can. We're promoting social distancing by delivering the meals right to their houses, as opposed to them coming to food banks and food drives and lining up, a ton of people there to pick up meals. Reducing food waste. We're also spreading information. And the purpose of the website is to increase the visibility and reach of our organization.
60 seconds.
Okay, and the way that we're going to promote data privacy is that right now we're using Google Forms and Google Spreadsheets, and only the admins of this organization, there's 6 of us, can access all of the entire database, and the delivery drivers will get the information they need, like contact information and the addresses of where they're delivering. So that's a picture of me and Riley Simcoe, who is the co-founder of this idea. She started it 3 weeks ago. And this is the link to my website right now that I've set up. The actual domain is going to be communitymealplanning.com, but right now it's just a prototype that I made off of Wix. So
with
that's
8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Kathleen, incredible job. Everyone give up your emojis for community meal planning. Way to go.
Thank you.
Okay. Next, we have Fernanda. Promoting you to panelist. De-promoting Kathleen. Remove, remove, remove. Oh, no, that means you won't be able to rejoin the meeting. I don't want you to remove. I'm going to leave you on the panel. You're on the panel, Kathleen.
Oh, that's great.
Fernanda, can you hear? You are unmuted now, Fernanda.
Okay.
Okay, in 3, in 2, in 1. Over to you.
Hi. Hello, everybody. I would love to share my screen with you. Google Chrome. Can you see that? Hello? Can you see my screen? Yes, fantastic. Hi,
Make sure you click present, otherwise the slide moving along won't work.
Okay, fantastic. Can you see
there
that?
There you go. Yeah,
fantastic.
Perfect.
Thank you. Hi, so we are the delivery angels, and we noticed that there is a big problem at the moment with people not being able to get foods. And that really affects people who are disabled or they have a very low immune system, so they cannot leave the house. So we asked 8 people who are self-isolating how they receive foods, and 64% of them answered that they receive food through family and friends. It means they have no assurance that they're gonna get food every day or every 2 days. So that's really adds stress to their condition. So our solution is a platform connecting people who need goods to people who can deliver them. It will particularly give peace of mind to vulnerable individuals during this stressful time, and it could reduce the number of people who go out to buy foods for their friends and lower the potential number of possible transmissions. There are already some people volunteering to bring goods to people who can't leave their homes. So on the left, you can see here a user with 100 likes, and on the right, there is a bookstore with a few thousand interactions, and they're both offering goods, and so it has a very good reception. What's the X factor? Basically, it's the ease of use, because it can turn every healthy individual worldwide into a volunteer. Indeed, you just need basically your phone and the ability to shop if you want to deliver food, or you just need a phone and the ability to be at home, which is going to happen. Also, it turns app users into promoters, as every time you deliver food or you receive food, you're prompted and asked to share it on social, so it's basically free advertising. Also, delivery angels get rewarded by points and badges, and they experience emotional rewarding and social gratification, a bit like Nike Plus when you share your route on social and you get much motivated to do so. Also, we thought about creating a holding account where we store the money, so the payment is made only when both users click on confirm order. It's a bit inspired by Stripe. What's the impact? Vulnerable people and relatives can have assurance that essential goods can be delivered where conventional methods fail during a crisis, and potential to deliver medical supplies and pick up test results in the future. Regarding the preservation of user privacy, as location data is an essential attribute needed for delivery services, delivery angels can manage confidentiality by storing 2 levels of location data in a DataSwift personal account. Delivery angels will only have access to a general location during the process of negotiating a delivery. Customers will be notified when a delivery angel is interested in fulfilling the request and can then authorize access to the address, having checked the delivery angel's profile and reputation. Delivery angels need to earn enough reputation points before being trusted with the location data of the most vulnerable customers. DataSwift's personal data accounts can also be used for the storage of medical data, where the delivery angel service is used for the delivery of medical supplies and then picking up of test samples. So here is our team. I was leading it. Oleg had the concept and there was the technical architect. Chris was the software developer. David was the lead designer, and Baovala was mapping and database architect. And Raul Padilla was our mentor. And you can see the prototype here, I believe. Can you still see my screen? Yes. So you arrive on a landing page. You can see there is 3 modules. One is I need a delivery. Another one is I want to deliver. Third one is I have food to sell. So let's click on I need a delivery. So you are asked to basically like select your location. When you do so, you can pick your food. So I need to move this. So you pick what you want to pick and then you confirm your order. Then you see all the costs and then you can also add a tip if you want, but it's not mandatory. So you click on arrange delivery, you select a time frame, and then you click confirm delivery. Then it gets confirmed once the angel—
60 seconds, Fernanda.
Okay, once the angel sees what stock is available in the store, so they complete order and they receive what I mentioned, so the social invitation to share. Whereas if you're a delivery angel, you put details. So if you are COVID symptoms free, so these are the symptoms, you put your details, if you go by car or scooter, work or cycle, and which time slots are good for you. So you can register. So you can see here you have a new request from Jessica. She mentions it's better in the morning, her location, and what food to buy. Then you check the store to see if it has everything. You can accept the request. Finally, you see the map and the instructions to leave the bags in front of the door without doing an interaction. And then when they open the door, you can click confirm delivery, and then you get
5,
yes,
4,
10 points.
3,
Share this on social.
2, 1.
Done.
Congratulations, Fernanda. Congratulations, Delivery Angels. Go and give them all of the great emojis in the channel. Ali Zoom, are you Victor? I'm going to think, I think that you are. I'm promoting you to panelists under the assumption that you are. Now the question is, can you hear? Unmute. Ali Zoom, talk to us. Tell us you can hear us.
Let me share the screen first.
Perfect.
Okay.
Here we go. In 3, in 2, in 1. Go for it.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ali, and I'm leading this team, mental health, privacy preserving counseling, and during pandemic, it's called a pen year. The problem we're trying to solve is the people have intellectual skills which they can donate in this precious time to the needed persons in the world who are suffering from emotional support, lack of emotional support, loss, social distancing, privacy problem, overthinking, fear, loneliness, and limited time to engage, outreach, and a lot of tons of other problems in the mind, and someone is unable to figure it out what to do, how to do in this pandemic. we're proposing privacy by design based platform which care for the users' personal data privacy by hosting all the data and inside the device, the user's device, and all the algorithms will transfer on the fly, and AI screening and matching based chatbot who try to match the ideal counselor with the customer or the person, and we propose the distributed protocol for the voice and video transportation, which is WebRTC based, is a robust and latest technology to transport media securely, and it's having a good privacy mechanism as well. And we also propose a custom nonce based authentication to make sure the data inside the customer's device is protected by integrity protection algorithms, and robust service delivery to match counselor using the best AI algorithms. Personal data and the logs as all stored in the user's device, so has all control of the data, and can only authorize the application each time you want to share the data with the counselors and the platform. It's add up to a trusted place for the people to speak up openly and seek counseling and chat for a while. 24 hours AI chat box is also there to assist. So with this, anyone from the world can volunteer to anyone with the soft skills without any money. So acceleration factor we need is to solid platform design and development, followed by the testing. So right now we have some demo which I will show you. And the onboarding drive to enroll counselor, motivate them, map their interests, and make this service a sustainable and digital marketing multimedia team to re-echo the message and spread the message to all the interested participants. And screening criteria refinement, we need the research and we need to hire students or academia to help out on the criteria of the IVR chatbot, and also collaboration with the other parties and their integration with the databases. So impact is millions of people around the globe who need some help, emotional help, to boost the mental energy, and that will boost the volunteer, that will boost their morale, and the people from across the world can help each others in boosting their mental health. And this platform will serve for boosting the positive energy,
60 seconds.
hope, and the mental health among the masses. So our team I'm leading this team, and we have a set of volunteers. For now is Edward, Faisal, Dylan, Valentinia, Anthony, and Nicholas. We have also advertised this project on help with COVID. It was before this hackathon, and we have some of the names are from that list as well. So here are the website we have right now and the link. Thank you very much.
Woohoo! All of the emoji congratulations to you guys. That was amazing. Thank you so much for all of your awesome work. Next, we have David Flynn.
Thank you. Fascinating.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Welcome.
How do I? One moment, please. Oh, we have too many panelists, I bet. I'm sure there's a max of.
I am cleansing the panel.
Good, thank you.
There's that mind.
Clean the panel. Everyone have a quick cleanse.
Consider yourselves cleansed.
No, I still don't have the option to. Amy's in twice. I'm not sure she needs to be a panelist twice. I don't know how to cleanse the panel either. Does anyone else know how to do that?
I have all the power, my friend.
David, do you want to get bumped down later in the list? Is that what you're telling me? Vlad, could you go now? Oh, I don't have any power. That's why. You've taken away my power, Jim.
Yeah, it's because I was cleaning during the talk. Who is it who wants to come up?
Vlad Nicolescu.
Vlad Nicolescu. Excellent. Come right this way, sir.
Sorry for not giving you any more warning, Vlad, but David wants extra time, and whatever David wants, he gets because we love him so much.
Right, Vlad, can you you there yet?
Vlad is back. Vlad is back. Vlad, do you want to give a quick shout out and make sure that your mic is on?
Excellent.
We're in. Okay, in 3, in 2. Something is not right on my side. Can everyone else hear Vlad okay?
Getting a lot of static.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, it's not working. Vlad, can you give it another shot? No, something's still broken.
Vlad, it sounds like, yes. Either your
James,
device is
can you-
broken or you're trying to communicate from another planet.
That's right. Can you kick him out and we'll try the next one in line, and then we'll come back to Vlad in a second. Ali
Yes,
Hussein, you just went with Project Mental Health. Sorry, Ali Hussein, you are listed as the leader for Project Mental Health. Who is actually speaking for Project Mental Health? Is it Ali? He can't answer. Yes. Okay, sweet. Then Ali Zoom. Can we promote Ali Zoom, please, Mr. Boss?
Ali Zoom.
Ali Zoom.
I see. Where? I'll just search for Ali Zoom. That's the easiest. Ali Zoom. There you are.
Okay.
There you are.
Ali, give us a shout. Make sure that your microphone works.
Yeah, I already did the presentation. So, do I supposed to show some demo? Sorry, I missed it.
No. We have you down for Project Mental Health and Hack COVID. So, is there someone from Hack COVID who can speak then? Is I guess what I'm asking.
No, and that's not my project. My project is
Okay.
pen.
Okay. Okay, then we're going to go next down the list, and we're going to go and speak to Mr. Billy Zhao. Can we promote Billy Zhao, please?
I'll find him on here.
Billy may not be online yet.
No, Billy.
Okay. Next down the list, Dr. Cause.
How's that spelled?
If you're Dr. Cause, can you raise your hand? There's a button down at the bottom of the screen you should be able to see for raising your hand.
I can see a Tolu. There's Tolu from UI Narrative has raised a hand. Is that Dr. Cause? No, his hand has been unraised.
Okay. Then Priya, that looks like you've been bumped up early. Are you comfortable going now, Priya? That's Zoom well. So you
Zoom well. Excellent. Off you go.
Zoom well is in. Zoom well is unmuting.
Hi.
Hello.
There we go.
Hi.
You want to try sharing screen, or are you going to just speak?
Yeah, I'll try and share my screen.
Okay, well, that was smooth as anything. So in 3, in 2, in 1, over to you, Priya.
Hi, I'm going to do this a bit differently. I'm going to do an elevator pitch. The world is on lockdown. The world is in quarantine. People are isolated. Isolation can lead to catastrophic implications for one's mental health, whether that's low mood, stress, or anxiety. Inactivity can lead to a host of ailments, joint problems, obesity, and heart disease. This has wider implications for the individual, society, and an increasingly overwhelming burden on healthcare services. We also know that exercise significantly reduces the burden of these diseases. But the gyms are currently closed, classes are unavailable, and although we have videos and apps, they are impersonal and they lack the human and social interaction that we need. At Wellnest, we are creating an online platform where individuals can exercise anytime and anywhere by turning on their device cameras and connecting with a personal trainer who watches, supports, and motivates them in real time, giving feedback and keeping users accountable. They can also watch and connect with other users globally, so they will never feel alone or isolated. And what's more, using our compatible heart rate monitor, they can track their real-time progress and also compete with others and invite friends and family to the virtual class, creating an engaged, interactive, and fun community. In phase 2, we aspire to automate the trainer feedback, leveraging computer vision and AI technology to create a scalable, flexible, yet still very personalized solution. We are empowering individuals to take control over their health and wellness. We are wellness. Thank you.
Oh man, how great was that, Priya? Amazing job, really well done. It's so hard to speak without slides. You guys did a great job there.
Yeah, that was good. It was good.
We have sort of a backlist of people that we're calling for. So if you know these people and can tag them in the channel, do it. We're looking for Victor Selnichenko of Hack COVID. We're looking for Billy Xiao of COVID-19 Simulator for Refugees. And we're looking for Project Encode. Next up should be, let's try Vlad Nicolescu again.
Come in, Vlad. Let's see.
Okay.
Vlad? Uh-oh. Still got the mic problem there, I'm afraid, Vlad. It's coming in, yeah, just pretty raw static.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not working, my friend. Are you on
Might
your
have to-
computer's machine or on alternative hardware?
Yeah, you'll have to try a different device or possibly pass it over to a teammate because your one sadly doesn't appear to be working on whatever device you're using.
Could we try Shannon Kimmel? Shannon, are you there from Free or Trade?
Sorry, Vlad, I know I just kicked you off there when you're trying to speak. We literally can't hear a word you're saying. It's completely just complete static. Who was that, Jonathan? Shannon Kimmel.
Yes, that's right.
No Shannon that I can see.
No, Shannon. Elizabeth Rochman from the Mental Boosters.
We do
I'm sure I'm
indeed
mispronouncing
have Elizabeth
all of your
Rochman.
names, by the way. I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing all of your names. I'm sure that's definitely a thing that has happened.
Elizabeth Rochman on the way in. Welcome, Elizabeth Rochman. I think. Yes, there we are.
No, Billy, you did not miss your turn. We will get to you shortly. So stay in the channel. Elizabeth, can we hear you?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Heck yeah, we can.
Oh, good.
Amazing. Do you want to speak or do you want to speak to slides?
Well, I actually, we find out in our team that the best to pitch, especially with a great accent, was my colleague Alistair Cannon. If you need to speak, that would be great. Otherwise, I'm happy to take you through the...
Happy to switch, yeah. Is Alistair in the channel? Yes. So can we have a switcheroo there, James?
Sorry, had some logistical difficulties with a household appliance as you made that particular request. Right.
We're looking to
what am I being asked to do?
de-promote Elizabeth and promote Alistair.
Okay. Goodbye,
It's
Elizabeth.
this level
for now.
of clockwork-like organization that has led this whole weekend to go without a hitch.
Alistair, there we are. Come this way, sir.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Hello. We can hear you. We can hear you and see you.
Super. I might share some slides with you if that's okay.
That sounds like a great idea.
If I can figure out how. Share. We're in. Here's a nice little
Woohoo!
that we made. Ooh, it advances itself.
Okay, in 3, 2, 1, off you go.
Thank you very much. My name's Alistair. I'm a psychiatrist in South London. I'm teamed up with some lovely people who wanted to consider the levels of stress that everyone's facing, which I thought was an admirable objective. So it feels, I certainly feel overwhelmed with negatively themed news that stresses me out. And from speaking to lots and lots of people, I've found that many people are in the same position. And it's at a very low level, definitely affecting our mental health generally. We know that there are links between how our mental health is and how our immune function is working, which is a little bit worrying. Completely understandable to be more stressed. And it's particularly if you've never really felt this, and this is a completely new stimulus, people might not know how to deal with it, how to react and get over it. What we don't want is for lots of grumbling anxiety to go on, building and building, that pent-up pile be released once life becomes a bit more normal. So we want to provide some practical help at the moment. So we're sort of focusing mainly on the fact that there is so much content that worries people, and we're looking to break that cycle by providing some more positive content to cheer people up. So some of it will just be feel-good content, humorous things, jokes, but also things that are actually less exciting, but equally helpful. So tips on mindfulness and meditation, and tips on how to do exercise, resources for people who are stuck at home, particularly those with kids. And at the same time, we want to combine that with the ability to properly reflect and touch base with how it is that you're feeling, which a lot of people aren't very well practiced in. So what we're offering is use of 2 validated scales for stress and anxiety, and also a more free-form emoji-based method of just looking at your mood with the idea to track that over time and see how that changes, so that people can get an idea of what's useful for them. We think it'll look a bit like this, with, on the far side of the screen, I think, underneath my face, is the where you can check in. That's the GAD-7, which is a scale that GPs use to screen for anxiety, basically, and then use positive content that will cheer people up, and useful content that will hopefully improve things in a more structured way. The idea being that we can look at how things change depending on which content is provided, and the users can look at their own data to see how things are going. And this is the kind of thing we were thinking about as feel-good content, which is just a bit of silliness. But I'll stop that. So very silly, very silly. As an example of the humorous content, but then also mixing that in with lots of more serious things, links to CBT chatbots, guided meditations, that kind of thing. Yeah, so we're thinking about how this would impact on people. Obviously, for individuals, we're aiming to help people feel less stressed and be less anxious, which may well have an impact on people's immune function, which would be very helpful. Thank you. If people are functioning better, the burden on a very stretched health system at the moment will be a little bit alleviated. And on a societal level, the idea is to improve the gross happiness index, which is an excellent measure that the WHO has started using. And this is our wonderful team, who have been marvellous. There is a little video here of our mock-up, and I'll see how much of that we get through before I run out of time. So that's those 7 questions, the GAD7, with emoji-based ways of rating it. And there's a nicely curated feed of purely positive content and top tips that we've borrowed from NHS guidance.
5, 4, 3,
I think that
2,
sums it up. Thank you very much.
1. Incredible presentation. Thank you guys so much. That's really inspiring. And it's impossible to look at that video and not laugh.
I certainly giggled.
I did quite a lot.
And then I also giggled at you giggling. So there's lots of giggling. It was great. What's the name of that project again, just so I can write it down?
Mood Booster.
Pardon?
Mood Booster.
Mood Booster. Excellent. Okay, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Is Billy Zhao there? And while I wait for Billy Zhao to be promoted, can I ask if Kostas is Dr. Kos? And if so, can you say so in the chat? And then we're still looking for Shannon Kimmel, Elizabeth Rochman, Victor Salnichenko. And if you would like to pitch and you haven't registered to pitch, that's perfectly okay. Raise your hand in the thing. We'll see if we can get time to them. I think there will probably be time for at least 1 or 2 more.
Jonathan, Costas is Costas Fantis. Have you seen?
No, is he in there? Well, the reason I say is that I didn't know that Kostas wanted to pitch. I know that a Dr. Kos wants to pitch. Kostas, do you want to pitch?
We have Billy Zhao now, but there is also Kostas. So as we have Billy up here, should we do a quick 5 minutes off Billy? And then
Jonathan, Kostas is Dr. Kos.
Wonderful. That's what I thought might be the case. Okay, so Billy, over to you. Are you all set up and ready to go?
Yeah. 1
5,
second. Yeah.
4, 3,
Oh, it's the
2,
shareable link.
1.
Presentation. Oh, good.
Here we
So
go.
yeah. Hello everyone. So over the weekend, we started on this idea on building sort of COVID-19 spread model in refugee camps. Why is that the case? I think the motivation to for us to get on this journey is through one of my team members' conversation with someone who was working the camp for 4 years. Everyone in the industry very worried about what's going to happen in the camp, since all the nations around the world are scrambling to find strategies, but clearly the camps lack a clear strategy how they should stop the COVID-19 from a possible outbreak in their camp. And there are a few reasons here. You can see, like, this is the sort of the characteristics you will see across camps, but for this particular hackathon, because of the time limit, and we already have contacts within this camp called Moria in Greece. We decided to focus on this camp, but the approach can be generalized to all the other refugee camps. Why we chose Moria, also because this camp is relatively well organized compared to all the other camps around the world. So it lacks UNHCR is actually not in control of the camp, but local government is. And then the worrying situation can be highlighted by the medical conditions here. There are only 6 ICU beds in the whole island. That includes all the town people. So you can imagine an outbreak here, what could happen. And then things people have said, the population density there is 6 or 8 times more higher than Diamond Process, and then Princess cruise ship. And then over the weekend, I was doing some simulation as well. The population density there compared to Wuhan is like 400 times the population density of Wuhan. So very, very worrying. And what can we do? So why do we think computer simulation can help? All of you probably have seen a lot of flatten the curve type of simulation in the past 2 weeks. Why we think modeling in this case can help is because you have a finite number of people in refugee camps since the coronavirus outbreak. I think all the camps have limited people going in and out, so you have a fairly closed environment. And activities in the camps are fairly predictable in the sense the providers of these services usually come on the same time every day. For example, if World Food Program is in charge of distributing the food, they will come to the same location, same time every day. And then there's a predictable behavior where people go. So what we are trying to achieve with this project is to build up an environment, hopefully a testing ground for people, the camp organizer, NGO, to assess different potential interventions. And this study we analyze for. We specifically build 2 models, and then they follow the same string of mathematics called SCIR. So the one person can go through all these 4 stages. You assume all the population is susceptible at the start. Some people are exposed and then infected and recovered or removed. So they might die in this process, and you can bucket people into population and different ages, and different ages in population have different death rate, as we know from a lot of studies we have researched. I'll just point out, in this effort, it wouldn't be possible without these 2 extra advisors on the team. Shikta is an epidemiologist, so we have all the advice there, all the relevant papers we need to read up. And then Joe, who is a worker I mentioned just now, who work in the camp, know the activities there. That's where we're being able to formulating a picture of the camp. So the first model on the left here is an agent-based model. We're building net Lego, and then the computation power is now still quite limited. We only could simulate 500 agents out of 200,000 people living there. But this is a realistic picture of like what the camp looks like and what people do every day. There's some details. You can see the details about this model is live on our website, and we'll have to assume some of the stuff in our model, but you can also check out the assumptions. We include a model card on the website. You can read up all about that. And then here you have a more sort of a flattened curve like type of model we saw before. So the compartment model is a more macro model. Instead of zooming into the detailed dynamics between how people contact and then get the disease, this is a more sort of general assumption. Assume everyone uniform missing, everyone is homogeneous, but here we allow for heterogeneity. So what have we find out? Actually, this is the part we haven't been able to put all the things here. We're still, at the end of the hackathon, still trying to scramble things together. But one of the main findings we have found out is you really need to, if you want to act, you really need to act early, and you need to ramp up the severity of your action very, very quickly, or else you're not doing that much help to alleviate the situation. For example, compared to acting on day 2 after the outbreak, and then a week later, doing things a week later might just shift the time back for a few days, where you have same number of people who are getting infected, the same number of people who would die. So it really highlights the severity, the intent, like the severity of the situation, and then the urgency of the action. And then the possible impact here, we're still forming partnership with NGOs on the ground. Hopefully can help them manage the camp better, and they want to save lives.
4.
And here's
3,
some of our team members.
1.
Folks, it was really fun over the weekend, and that's it for me.
That is such an incredible project. It's so cool to see that work go on.
Thanks, man. We're very excited too.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Okay, Kostas, you are up next.
Yes, let's find Kostas. Excellent.
After Kostas will be Vlad, who we think has fixed his microphone issues. We are still looking for a Victor Salnichenko, a Shannon Kimmel, and an Elizabeth Rochman. Raise your hand if you are in there.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Fantastic. I'm actually going to hack the hackathon by playing the video rather than actually.
Beautiful.
It's 3 minutes long, okay? So can you guys see my screen, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Hi, my name is Dr. Kostas Fantis. First of all, thank you for allowing me to go through the Scandit, ENCODE, Health, and Future Nova joint approach to COVID. I hope you're all staying safe in these unusual circumstances. The coronavirus pandemic is expected to last for the entirety of 2020, and there is a lack of visibility of the outcomes of those tests. And also, clinician, admin, and lab technicians' time is taken up by the insertion of those data into various databases. For us to combat COVID, there needs to be a thorough and ongoing disclosure of information. What we provide jointly is military-grade encrypted databases that can capture multiple sources of identification, information from test kits and other devices as well, into a passport that can do some cool geographic analysis and forecasts. I'm going to play a small video rather than explain to you exactly what the X Factor is. Scandit provide the front end. This ID information is stored in the healthcare passport. And then the test sample information or the test information is stored in the healthcare passports as well. Just to let you know, at this point, we are also in conversations with Deloitte, Apple, and Samsung who want to use the healthcare passport. What is the impact? The impact is huge because the information is mapped into a single identity, and that means that resources can be adequately allocated. We can provide real-time data on the demographic impact and clinical performance, and we can then go on to geolocate inventory and forecast different types of inventory as well. If there are products that we should not be using, we can easily recall those or ask people to be tested again. And we also allow for innovation to build on top of our easily consumable APIs. Thank you for listening. And the team is made up of Encode Health and Scandit, as mentioned previously. And the link for the presentation is here. Thank you very much. So I'm happy to take any questions.
I don't think we can. We can't facilitate that.
We can't what?
We can't facilitate him taking any questions, can we? It would be very complicated, my good friend.
That's okay. Don't worry about that. Okay.
An amazing video experience. We love that.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
Congratulations. That's an amazing project. Way to go, guys.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Next, I believe we have Vlad, right, James?
Vlad. Once more into the breach.
That's right. After Vlad, we're going to try Tolu. After Tolu, we're still looking for a Victor Salnichenko and a David Flynn.
I've promoted Vlad. Should be getting through in a second.
I can't possibly see how this could go wrong a ninth time. It's just not possible.
Right, Vlad, let's give it a go. Oh, he still hasn't been promoted. Let's try again.
I want to believe.
I want to believe.
You can do it.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me, guys?
Hello, Will.
He's in.
He's here.
Sorry about previously. My headphones were messing around. Okay, can you see my screen as well?
We can indeed.
Awesome. 3, 2, 1.
Hi guys, so I'm Vlad. I'm the team lead of Safe Passport. The problem we're trying to solve. So as we all know, the current coronavirus has spread dramatically due to global traveling. So statistically, every year, more than 1.5 billion people are traveling internationally. So as NCBI says in one of their publications, travelers can serve as sentinels for disease. So basically, what we are trying to do is create an app which, based on your travel history and your travel agenda, and tracks your symptoms as well. You can report your symptoms and helps you find out if you if you might contact any of the viruses from that particular area that you've been traveling to. It helps the user report his symptoms directly to a GP, and also report that symptoms to some of his close friends. And our algorithm that we managed to build during this hackathon is basically using data from several public sources, and tells the user instantly some potential diseases and viruses that he might get from his travel based on his current symptoms. I'll quickly show you actually the app we managed to build. I'll do a quick demo. So basically create an account. For the sake of the presentation, I'll skip this part and just leave them blank. You can put your profile, link with your GP, and then later on you can input your past travel. Let's say I went to Algeria and Andorra in my previous trip. And right now I have a potential fever or and a headache. If I'm running the test based on information from CDC, I might have got some of those are some potential diseases that I might got from that trip, and it recommends me to contact a GP.
Man, how cool is that?
The potential impact is obvious that it could impact all the travelers around the world, which are a lot, and also their families and their close communities. In terms of private data, we are planning to develop on top of current DataSwift's solution and keep all the sensitive data in a personal hat. This would allow all the users to basically completely own and their personal data. This is our team. It's me, Vlad here, Andrei, my colleague who helped me with the software engineering part, and Natalia, who is a UX designer and basically the creator of our UX and UI design. Thank you, guys. That was it.
That's amazing. Way to go, Vlad. And you're a live application now?
The application is not live yet, but currently is running in our simulator. We won't be able to publish it, but we'll do a live a video of a walkthrough with the app.
That's so cool. Way to go, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was really interesting on there, Vlad. Thanks for that.
Thanks.
Next up, we have Tolu Ajayi.
Okay, let me bring forth Tolu.
And then after Tolu will be David Flynn.
Hello, Tolu.
She's in. We have video.
We have video but no sound.
Yeah.
Hello, Tolu. You're in. Not sure she can hear. I think she might have us on mute.
That's possible. She is also on mute herself. Shannon, you did not miss your spot. You will be probably our very last pitch.
Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you.
Yes, we can. We can indeed.
Okay, great. And y'all can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Health Connect,
great.
real-time COVID-19. Yeah.
Awesome.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
All right, so hello, I'm Tolu Ajayi from Dallas, Texas, and I'm here to talk to you about Health Connect. So Health Connect is a platform where doctors can see in real time which hospitals they can send patients to get tested and treated. So let me talk you through the user journey of Tamara. Tamara, she goes home sick from work with COVID-19 symptoms. Her employer tells her she can't return to work until she's tested. So then she goes to her physician, who sends her to the hospital for testing. She waits 2 hours to see a doctor, but the doctor doesn't test her because of specific requirements that they have for testing. So she goes home angry and untested. The problem is that doctors need a solid way to guide patients to the right place for COVID-19 testing or treatment. This is particularly important because in almost all countries, the number of testing facilities is comparatively lower with the test demand. We came to a solution for patients like Tamara. Health Connect will help doctors guide patients to the right place for COVID-19 testing or treatment. And it also reduces time spent in the hospital for those patients, and it lessens the virus spread and contamination. And we can validate that Health Connect's effectiveness by checking if there is an increase of patients being tested after a doctor's consultation during a certain period of time. This solution also provides realistic COVID-19 testing availability at hospitals, and it's easy to access and shareable because there's no profile needed to get started. According to the IHME COVID-19 resource projections, by April 20th, 248,000 plus beds and 27,000 plus ventilators will be needed in the USA. Health Connect can contribute to the reduce of overcrowding in hospital and decreasing people's exposure to the virus, ensuring that there's the highest possible number of people getting tested and with limited resources. So the team, I couldn't do this without the team. There's me, of course, Tolu, and then Felix, he's the UI designer. I'm about to go over the prototype in 1 minute. Asfar was a mentor, helping gather a lot of data with this. And Camilla, this beautiful presentation was created by her. All the copywriting that you see is done by her, and suggestions also by Rose and Sony. So let's quickly go through the prototype in 1 minute. I want to walk through some key features of the Health Connect platform. And can you guys still see my screen?
Yep.
We certainly can.
So let's say, okay, a doctor has a patient and he thinks that they need to be tested. So he goes to this platform, he enters in that patient's preferred zip code location, he clicks search, it pulls up search results for locations within that radius that he entered. So that way they can see what's available and where she can get tested today. So then he shares this information with that patient so they can go straight to that location to get tested. Let's say they have more critical conditions. They would sort by severe to make sure there's enough beds at that location for that person to be admitted. If it's more mild, let's say they just have cough or fever, then they would sort by mild to make sure that they would be tested and not sent home. There's also features like whenever new test locations open up, they'll be able to see what's in the location, and also to stay updated on the newest research in the area. There's a live Twitter feed from CDC. And that is Health Connect.
What an incredible presentation. Way to go. That's amazing, Tolu.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Really interesting.
Really interesting.
Love the logo as well.
That's Felix. Hope you're watching, Felix.
Way to go, team. That's totally amazing. Up next, we have David Flynn. And then after David, we have Shannon Kimmel. And then I don't have anyone else on my list after that. So if you still have things that you want to say, you got to raise your hand now, because otherwise you're not going to get to say them.
Cool. David is now in the room. Tolu, thank you for that. I'm now sending you to attendee status.
Hello, everybody. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, health traffic.
Yes, we can.
All right. Can you see the spinny thing that's loading on top of it? Or is that just me?
I can see the spinny thing. It says we promoted you to being a panelist.
There we go. I thought it was loading. All right. So, hey, everybody. I'm David. I'm the team lead for the health traffic application. So, as we've learned in the middle of this global crisis, there's no real-time actionable information about how we affect one another's health that does not sacrifice our personal privacy. And so we set out to build it. We built a way by utilizing personal data accounts on the Hack platform. We're making it possible for all of us to easily understand our likelihood of infection. So take Susan as an example. She and her husband are parents of 3 kids that are all stuck inside like everybody else. Susan has a green ring in her health dashboard on our app, indicating that she has not interacted with symptomatic people. However, Bob has a yellow ring because he's slightly symptomatic, and as you can tell, he has encountered one other person that tested positive for the virus. Unknown to Susan, she and Bob shared an elevator. And so due to this exposure, her ring changed from green to yellow, indicating that she has likely been exposed and that she should take precautions. A couple days later, Bob tested positive. As a result, Susan's exposure count is then updated, and she's notified that she had been exposed to a positive individual in the last few days. So over the next few days, the application asks Susan questions about her symptoms to keep the network informed of her status. So how do we measure this? This is what the computer is doing behind the scenes. It's tracking people's paths to determine who they've encountered and to build that network effect. And this is the location where Susan and Bob crossed paths. So we know that China and others have built similar applications, and that Apple and Google have rejected the majority of applications submitted to their app stores due to privacy concerns. Our solution incorporates privacy by design, and we can apply it to far more than just the current pandemic. On top of that, we have a functional MVP that proves that this is possible. And there's a link at the end of the slideshow. We encourage you all to go check it out. So I told you the story of Susan and her family. Now consider the millions of people in the United States alone that are in a very similar situation. Then consider the billions of people around the world. That's the impact that our application is going to have. And as we collect more data from both personal symptoms and location-based interactions, our algorithm is only going to get smarter and be able to provide better insights to further improve lives like Susan's. We have an incredible team with a wide variety of experience, too many people to name everybody, but we're not stopping here. So we're very eager to continue moving forward with this project and to change the world. So thanks everybody for the time, and we encourage you to go check out our MVP.
That's amazing. Way to go, guys. That's so cool.
Really interesting use of location data there.
Yeah, super fascinating.
Thank you all.
Next up, we have Shannon Kimmel. And then Andy Perkins has asked if he can give a presentation after Shannon. And we're still looking for Victor Salnichenko.
Right, Shannon Kimmel. Up you come. So Shannon, are you in all right? On mute.
There we go. How's that?
Great. We're in.
Okay, cool. And then, sorry, I didn't have video. Okay, here we are. How are you guys doing?
Doing very well. Okay. You have 5 minutes on the clock, Shannon.
Okay, perfect.
Tell me when you're ready.
Okay. Can you guys see my screen okay?
You're coming through loud and clear.
Okay, great. So I'm Shannon Kimmel, the lead
That's good.
For our project Free or Trade. Now the problem. So in America, the average US citizen, the average American doesn't have $400 that they could use for a medical emergency. So in this global pandemic, people with medical emergencies abounding all over the world, people don't have money to work with. Anna, for example, her family is running out of food. She has children to feed, and she doesn't know where it's going to keep coming from. She's unemployed now. She lost her job with COVID-19, and it's a very insecure situation for her family. And hunger is near on the horizon. There are millions of Annas all over the world, not to mention all of their families. Our solution is the Craigslist we need right now. It's called Freer Trade. It takes money out of the equation entirely, and it gets extra resources where they're needed. People can post things, either items, for example, food, or they can also offer actions, for example, tutoring online, picking up groceries for people who can't do it for themselves. And so it really will bring value to people by letting them know they have something to give, even if, they have zero money to work with. The X factor. Why do you want our team? We have heart and soul. We put our heart and soul into this all weekend. We're dedicated. We're also resourceful. We've been iterating with real users, six so far. We value privacy and have been learning about PDA and looking forward to implementing that in the future. And we won't stop until we change the world. The impact, we can decrease hunger for millions globally and just give more stability. It's not, and beyond just food, for someone like Anna and her family, even medical resources. Sometimes, you might just have 2 goggles or 2 masks and you don't think it's worth, it might be hard to reach out to someone by that on your own, but through our system, it makes it easy to share. And, it'll not only, our mission includes building connections, and our vision long-term, we really want to build community. And through every stage of this project, it will build hope, which we all desperately need right now. Our team, I'm Shannon Kimmel. I love expanding my comfort zone. I studied in Buenos Aires for half a year, fully immersed in Spanish. I love to learn. I'm a Chancellor's Honors Program graduate at the University of Illinois. I also did the Iron Hack Paris Intensive Boot Camp and graduated from that. As a full stack developer, I enjoy helping humanity. I've done apps from empowering locals to increasing biodiversity and seed collections that will help make the food supply more sustainable in the face of global change, like what we're facing currently. Camille Delapine, also on our team, she's a strong entrepreneurial spirit. She's innovating as a full stack developer. She's worked with multiple startups. She's launched a business that empowers small companies and really gives them hope, especially in the modern, right now. Kat Fox, she is a dynamic cross-discipline virtuoso. She's worked with Microsoft, the Discovery Channel, and the UK government, among others. She's a true Renaissance woman. She's a user researcher, an ethnographer, and a mentor, including for myself. Also, Mary Groth is on our team. She's a leader in information technology. She's been in control of several very large mission-critical databases, and she also works with the cloud. She's a database design guru. Then let me just move this so I can see all the text. All right. Then our mentors.
60 seconds.
Okay, thank you. Our mentors, which we're very grateful for. David, he enjoys improving others' quality of life. He does that through products and brands as a designer. Robert Hunziker, a powerhouse UX UI designer, has doubled adoption and reduced time by over 50%. He's worked with Google, Microsoft, Liberty Mutual, Boeing, and Vanguard. And Raul Padilla is bringing humanity to the current world crisis through UX UI consulting. So that is Freer Trade. Thank you so much for listening.
Totally amazing. I loved that. That was a great presentation. Thanks so much, Shannon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Right, who do you want up next? We have a hand up. I see a hand waving at me from Andy. Is it Andy next? Andy? All right, well, Andy it is.
Yeah, after Andy, then we have Monique Ho, and after Monique, I think we might be done.
Cool. Andy, are you in all right? No, he's still for some reason.
Just to frustrate you.
Yeah. Hello, Andy.
Greetings from London.
Hello. How you doing?
Pretty good. That's the one. Yeah.
Andy Perkins has started screen sharing.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Great. So welcome to CRISP. So I'm Andy Perkins. I'm one of the co-founders of a company called CityMass. We've basically been working on the CityMass sources and info for staying put. So it's an application that's largely born out of our own experiences from the last few weeks of trying to get organized, trying to adjust to an ever-changing world, which has, changed immeasurably overnight. So what's the problem we're trying to look at? So, I mean, our communities are full of local grocery shops. They're full of medication delivery services. But there's a huge lack of information, unless you know people locally or are able to use the internet well to find these type of people. There are people who basically been left without essential needs. That then leads them to think, well, I'm going to have to travel. I'm going to have to make a trip. It's deemed essential. I'm going to leave the house. But that ultimately puts them at risk and their family. And I mean, one of the great things to come out of this whole thing, at least in the UK and I'm sure globally, is the number of volunteers that have appeared who want to genuinely make a difference and look after people in the community. So how do we go about solving that? So we've come up with CRISP. It's basically a one-stop shop, personalized information. So we ask three basic questions. One, what do you need? Two, where are you? And three, what's the level of risk associated with your health? So using that, basically, we've scoured the web looking for various sources of information for local delivery services all across the UK, prescription delivery services, and we're trying to make sure, we're trying to prevent you from having to leave home. We're trying to help you to stay put. We also built it hugely around the community. It's at the center of everything we do. So if we can't directly help you, we'll try and find somebody within the community who can reach out to you and help you look for a solution to the problems you're facing. In the event that you do have to travel and you're safe to do so, so we do ask questions around testing and around whether you have any symptoms at the moment, we will try and minimize the risks by offering you a routing to get to your destination that's as safe as we deem possible. We're looking at various different types and methods of transport, trying to use quieter roads rather than main roads, etc. Looking at a number of cases in a certain location to pick which shop is likely to have the least number of cases to minimize your risk. But we be quite honest with them as well and say, look, given government guidelines, you should be staying at home. Reach out to the community and find somebody to help you. So what's the CRISP factor? As I said, we're completely community-led. It's a one-stop shop. It's fully personalized. And we offer the risk-based routing, but also at the same time, so obviously the screens you saw a minute ago were based on the wireframes. We have a fully interactive, clickable wireframe. We've also got a team who's turned that into reality over the past 48 hours. So they have they've already managed to get the DataSwift integration working, all of the initial questioning and the map functionality fully working and operational. And we're hoping to have an APK we can circulate by the end of this. We're extremely cognizant when we designed this. We only ask for information which is completely necessary to achieve what we want. We don't ask for GPS when you first load the app, only when you fully realize you're going to need it. And we try to be completely clear and transparent with the user why we're asking for any information we do need to. The impact of this, I mean, we're ultimately trying to save lives. In the UK, it's estimated about 230,000 lives we saved through social distancing. I'm sure globally there's similar stories of people not obeying these types of messages. We're trying to help them to stay at home and not have to leave the house. If we could reach 5% of the market and 1 in 10 of those people were able to preventer journey. We estimate that's about 1,000 lives potentially saved by using this solution. We're able to support the vulnerable. As I said, it's fully built around the community. We made it fully searchable as well. You don't have to do it just on your current location. You can search for an address of a loved one away from you where you don't know the area and look for the same level of service and help as you'll be able to get nearby you. And as we said, data privacy, locally cached data for the minimal time possible. And we're using the Data Swift PDA. We've been hugely lucky in terms of the team, and thanks to Rennie, to Lynn, to Vikas and to Muffy, who've been working tirelessly for the past 48 hours, and we're all quite shocked and quite shattered, but we've achieved a frankly quite crazy amount in that time, especially to Lynn, who at a different time zone has been putting in a huge shift to try and work on UK hours the rest of us are working on. Yeah, I obviously will circulate details on the prototype and the wireframe user testing video as well. A huge thank you to the hackathon team. It's been a fairly terrifying at times, but extremely satisfying 48 hours, which we've all genuinely enjoyed and achieved and learned a huge amount.
Way to go, guys! What an amazing presentation. That's so great.
You.
Thank you.
Very kind. Glad you enjoyed it. Glad to hear you're all shattered. So are we.
Up next, after Andy, we have Monique Ho from ShopAid. Monique, are you here? And then after Monique, we have Paul Billicon, and if we have time, we have one more for Renee for Reno Dorado, and then we actually are done.
Great. So Monique, are you are the, yes, she's now an attendee.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Let me see the screen out. Can you see the screen okay?
Perfect.
That's good.
Starting the timer.
That's great. Cool. Hi everyone, I'm Monique from ShopAid. How are you coping with your grocery shopping recently? You think it's safer to shop online, but there isn't a single delivery slot available? You don't know what's in stock in the stores nearby, so no guarantee of what you get after more queuing up. And when you're in the store, it's better to buy more than not having enough later. Shops, especially the local ones, they are well stocked, but not many people know that. That makes their businesses worse in this climate. Introducing ShopAid, an application to help you to get essentials efficiently based on the travel time and collective intelligence of stock availability and crowd level. It works like this. You list the items required on ShopAid to help you plan well and avoid panic buying. Based on your location, ShopAid shows the approximate stock availability of the items in all the stores nearby. It actually provides live information of how busy a store is and the travel time for different modes of transport. You can also decide which stores to go to based on these variable insights all on one page. When you are checking off your shopping list in the store, you can provide the stock level information easily. You earn points to recognize your contribution to the local community. Happy day. There is a gap in the market to inform shoppers' decisions using combined sources of information. Next, we will firm up our development using price information and provide more personalized experience, such as storing shopping lists and suggesting amount of ingredients based on recipes. These are also features that are absent from competing applications. In the future, we plan to partner with grocers, connecting their stock and sales systems to give us more accurate information and also to provide smarter ads for shoppers as well. During the pandemic, on average, households spend at least 3 times more on getting their grocery done. To tackle panic shopping, ShopAid is here to introduce certainty and positive psychology. ShopAid provides and saves time and is extremely useful in the context of social distancing. In the long term, we want to continue the power of local economies by encouraging people to shop responsibly and locally. Personal information privacy is at the heart of our design. While we provide targeted advertisement to shoppers on groceries' behalf, user profiles are never shared with groceries, so no one is identifiable. We also ensure the way that we suggest stores to shoppers is basically no stores face unfair advantage. ShopA was a strong team of developer, data scientists, UX designers, UI designers, and basically entrepreneurs, our mentor in customer psychologies and all these in this weekend. So I know you're watching, so just to say thank you very much and I love you all. Get ShopA, know before you go. Thank you.
What a great presentation. That was super incredible.
Thanks. Yeah, you can see quite a long-term one with that as well. That's, yes, interesting.
Monique, thank you a million times over. Up next, we have Paul Delacan. And then after that, Reno Dorado. Paul is here to present Project Reuse Drugs. I'm very excited to hear this one.
Project Reuse Drugs.
Project Reuse Drugs. It's a good incendiary name. You want a name like that?
Yes. Yes.
Guys, can you guys hear me?
We can.
Coming through loud and clear.
Hello. So I don't actually have a presentation because I was expecting probably one of the project leaders to be here, but I'll just speak. As we know, people are dying all the time from the terrible virus, and we still have a lack of information about this virus. But what is going on? There are a number of clinical studies where people have identified roughly 20 or 30 substances that people are currently testing on the virus. But that's not enough, because whatever we think can actually help in killing the virus in humans, in vivo, we are trying to find drugs that can help destroy this virus. For this, we're using machine learning. We basically have scraped all the existing medical studies on COVID-19. We have scraped clinical trials, we have scraped medRxiv, and we have scraped bioRxiv, and identified all the substances that people are currently looking at to help destroy the virus. And what we have done, we have used different similarity metrics to identify new substances that people are not currently trialing, so that we can try applying substances to the virus. And I'm pleased to say that we have identified 3 substances that may be helpful in destroying the virus. We have communicated our findings to a laboratory in Cambridge University. They're able to screen our drugs on COVID-19 lung organoids in silico, and we are going to be expecting their results to see what we get for each of the 3 substances that we have identified, whether they can actually destroy the virus on the on those COVID-19 organoids. And if that is indeed, at least for one of those substances, the case, then we can proceed to clinical trials from those findings. The project was initiated by Mea Machen. I'm probably mispronouncing her name. I'm probably not mispronouncing her surname. So Mea Machen from Cambridge University and Wu Chenghuang. They have come up with this idea, and they have gathered to get together a team of computational scientists, including Alexander Abraham, Justin Barton, Mukunthan, Priya Gatti, Surin Yim, and myself. And these are our findings so far. It's the 3 substances that are now being trialed by the Cambridge lab.
What a great idea.
Thank you. And so, sorry, just to be clear, that you guys identified those 3 substances over the course of this weekend, or this sort of pre-existing?
No, just over the course of this weekend.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Well, I'll have to ask you more about that later. That was an interesting, interesting application of it.
That's wonderful. Yeah. Are there?
Sorry.
Do you know if there are other labs trying to do the kind of testing for already medical or already drugs that are already approved for clinical trials? I know there's a term for it, but I don't know what it is.
I don't know if anyone is doing the same as we're doing, which is sort of trying to find similar substances which are likely to be helpful. I'm not sure, but I mean, there are currently several studies about, there are quite a few clinical trials on those drugs, and roughly 20 or 30 of them currently, but I mean, I think there may be more.
That's incredibly cool.
Well, let's chat after this. I'm giving a presentation to the House of Lords Committee on Artificial Intelligence tomorrow about how things like hackathons are contributing to the fight, and it'd obviously be cool to chat to you, and then also the gentleman who had the idea around the refugee and agent-based modeling there. I think it could be interesting. So yeah, let's chat after this.
Yeah.
Amazing work, all of you. This is so cool. Okay, our very last presentation is from Reno Duardo. I keep mispronouncing your name, Reno. I'm so sorry. Durado. Reno Durado.
Right. I shall bring forth Reno,
who's presenting on Bolsofake.
Bolsofake.
Perhaps the second most incendiary name of the group. I love it.
Yes, yes.
Hello there, can you hear me?
We can hear you great.
All right, I'm very new to this, so just give me a second.
Take your time.
Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Okay, guys, so our approach was based on fake news, okay? Because in the beginning, I thought that only Bolsonaro would say stupid stuff about the virus, right? So when I was talking to our team members, guys from Malaysia and all these other countries, they say crazy stories about those their president too. So we're starting to change that point of view to a worldwide kind of point of view, you know. So we checked the problem was the fake news problem, right? That President Bolsonaro was spreading. Like one time he said, "Don't wear a mask, go live normally," and all that stupid stuff. So we decided to give a solution to that as visibility in messaging platforms that Brazilians use, right? They use a lot WhatsApp here and Telegram, but we didn't know till Miss Priya, that's another participant from another team from Hackathon, told us, look guys, you can do this. Just, you can grab the info and you know, make it bloom. You can make this happen. So that saved a lot of time for us because we have the agencies already registered in WhatsApp. So we just had to put the pieces together from the puzzle, right? So we decided to make this come to life, giving more visibility. That was the main issue. So we created this icon, the detective icon, and put it in the WhatsApp platform with, aside from the sticker right there, over here. So people would just select the message, click the icon, select the agency from which is registered in WhatsApp or Telegram. It's the same, I mean, the same way to go. And then after you would receive fake or true, right? Message by that agency, because each agency has a way to work. So I cannot just say, oh, you receive fake or true, but they will send you a message saying like, we give you an answer in 2 days, or we give you an answer in a week, or this morning we give you an answer, you know, it depends of the agency. But the main question here is to make it easy so the guy can see there's a way to do it. So the X factor here was just that. You don't have to download anything. It's just inside the app. You just select the icon here from the smile, and then select over here and make this the test, right? So people can flag, even a kid can do this. Here in Brazil, you have even, I was talking to our mentor that we have to select, after you check the message, you have to select a meme or a funny GIF so people would use it more often. So the impact is prevention. I know some guys look at fake news with a duality, right? Because you can control messages as well, yeah? But here, the main issue is to check if it's real, because after that guy said a lot of things, people went to the streets, and the rate was already like 200 deaths, and you got this guy is a chief of state, you know. So it's important to public health to take care of the information coming out from presidents or chiefs of state, ministers. So that's about it. And this is our team. I want to thank Nicholas, Jim, Erico Tarantino is the designer who made the presentation. And that's me over here. I'm a social worker. That's it. I don't have experience in nothing, man. I want to thank all for watching this. This is the Tarantino designer page, I guess. And that's about it. Thank you, guys.
That was amazing, Raymo. Thank you so much. It's a great way to cap everything out.
Yeah, yeah, I like that widget idea.
Bye-bye.
Okay,
Alrighty.
Everybody, we've done it. We've made it to the end. Well, we made it to the point where it's almost the end. There's still another, what, 8, 9, 10, 11?
That's 3 and a bit hours.
I'm sorry, 3 and a bit hours to do
Yes.
this.
My mind is melting.
Submission deadline. And we will have a wrap session, which will just be conversations with the organizers, sort of a lot of an overview of exactly what's happened over the course of the weekend, starting in about half an hour. Go forth, take a break, get a drink or a coffee, finish your presentations best you can. Incredible work, everybody. This was amazing to see.
Great to chat, guys. Jonathan, do we still have those one-on-ones?
We have one-on-one scheduled for all over the place, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So there'll be one-on-ones for some of you guys scheduled. And what an incredible list of projects that was. Thank you all very much for that. And I look forward to seeing you at the wrap ceremony and hopefully doing a little toast.
Excellent. See you then.
All right. Bye, guys.